Welcome to episode 32 of the Seagrove sessions. In this episode we hear from Agnes and we head off to the southwest of Scotland, Dumfries and Galloway, to hear about Agnes's childhood near Whithorn, her career as a district nurse and midwife in her home county of Wigtownshire, and how she would relax, singing with her siblings under the name of the Mills Sisters. Fascinating as ever. Enjoy.
Whithorn, Wigtownshire, Scotland. My father worked on the farm, right, and my mother she worked in an office.
That's fine. And what sort of work did your dad do on the farm?
Oh, everything. Right. No, everything. He was virtually running the farm.
So it wasn't his farm, though?
No, it wasn't, but he was in charge, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So did they have livestock?
Oh, yes. Oh, they had everything, from pigs through to, well, I was going to say elephants, but not really elephants.
Cows?
Thank you. We had them.
So did you help out on the farm at all?
No, we were at school.
Of course.
In the local town of Whithorn, and we went to school there.
Now, would that have just been primary school?
Yes, primary and secondary. Yes, I enjoyed my school, yes. I won a prize for my work.
Like English? So you enjoyed writing?
I enjoyed all that, yes.
So how old were you when you left school? Were you 18?
I would be. I enjoyed my school, and I won a prize. Visiting the elderly.
Right, so you must have trained though, did you?
Yes, I did. I did a training in the area and looked after older people.
Was it like a carer job?
It was, yes,
right.
It was.
And how did you get around? Did you drive, Agnes?
I drove, yes. I learned to drive, and I drove round.
Because there's a lot of distances between places, isn't there?
I had to drive between my people. I had to drive between them.
But you moved on from care, didn't you?
Yes.
And you did an awful lot of training.
I did general. I did 5 trainings. General, midwifery, health visiting, bereavement counselling, and I forget what the 5th one was.
Good grief.
But I did 5 different trainings.
So that was the care and health was always what you were interested in?
Yes, always. And people were very kind.
Well, I'm sure you were very kind to them.
Well, I hope I was.
And so, where did you do your first lot of training?
In down Dumfries Infirmary.
And that was general?
That was general nursing.
And where did you work right after your training?
In the community. I was given a list of people.
So was that like a district nurse?
Yes, it was. I was a district nurse, and then I went on to do midwifery and became a midwife.
Wow.
As well, you see. I did that. I did district nurse, health, as I say, district nurse, health visitor, bereavement counsellor. I did 5 in.
So how long would you have done a district nurse?
Oh, a few years. I did a few years for each of them.
So you decided after being a district nurse you wanted to do midwifery?
I did midwifery.
And again, was that in the Dumfries, Galloway
Down
area?
in that area, yes. Yeah. It was.
So were you delivering babies at home?
Yes, at home. Most of my deliveries were at home because some of the people down there didn't want to go into hospital. You
must have delivered quite a few babies.
I never kept a count, but yes, there were quite a few.
So some of those people walking around in Dumfries area, you'll have brought them into the world.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
It's a very...
I don't know if I would recognise them now.
Well, possibly not.
I knew them when I delivered them.
Yes, they might have grown a bit, I hope.
I think so.
That's a hell of a responsibility, delivering a baby into the world.
Yes, it was. But the funny thing about it was, I always felt that I was the privileged one.
Oh, that's lovely.
To be allowed to do it, to let people do most intimate things to them, and they were grateful people.
They were.
Yes, they were.
You must have had some moments where, things were more critical in delivering a baby.
Oh yes, and we had some near misses. You know what I mean? I think I had 2 deaths. You know, I delivered a dead baby, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. That must have been terrible for everyone.
We were all upset. Me too.
Yeah, of course you were.
Because I really wanted to do the best I could. And the poor wee soul, he was a boy.
I mean, obviously, if this was a while ago, you didn't always get a great deal of support, did you, when that happened?
Well, I think I probably did, but I didn't make a fuss about anything, you know what I mean? I just got on with what I had to do.
And nowadays, of course, I was present when my sons were born.
Right.
Did the men tend to be there at birth?
No, not really, because down there it was all farming. So the men were working on the farms.
Yeah, of course.
So they couldn't be with me. I mean, they would thank me, you know, if they saw me, they would thank me.
And did you, when you were delivering a baby, would it be just you and the mother? Would anyone else be?
No, it was mainly just the two of us, the mother and myself. But when I was working in hospital, I had a sister, you know, in charge of me in hospital. But in the community, it was me.
Because nowadays people can have gas and air and all that kind of...
Yes. Well, I had a machine, you know, as well. We managed. We had good days for the most part.
And obviously this is all natural births, because in the community you couldn't do C-sections, could you?
No. Or if they had to have a section, they had to go into hospital.
Yes, that's a whole different... And did you ever deliver twins?
Once.
Right.
Just once. And funnily enough, it was a boy and a girl. And they weren't the same sex. I can see the mother yet, she was sitting crying.
Did she know she was having twins?
Yes, so did I.
Oh, right.
Because they really didn't encourage them to have them at home.
Oh, right.
They wanted them in case of emergencies.
Yes, of course, because it was difficult.
But this particular woman wanted me to deliver her babies.
Oh, right, and it was to be at home.
And it was to be at home.
That's quite an undertaking.
Yes, I felt very proud that she trusted me. And we got on all right. The funny thing was, everything went fine.
Oh, good.
Thank.
I mean, how far apart were the twins? Do you remember?
Oh, but being born?
Yeah.
No, they were first one and then another.
Oh, so it's straight away?
Almost.
God. And did you have any particular big babies?
Big babies?
Yeah.
Well, one or two quite heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, if the ones that I delivered, you know, they'd been checked out for delivery at home.
Okay, right.
Well, you see, this was the thing with me. Some of the ones that I remember a boy, he was having a baby, and they were very cross with him.
Oh, right.
Because they wanted the baby delivered at hospital. And he said no, he wanted me to do the delivery.
Oh, right.
And I didn't interfere in the, you know...
Negotiations? No. That's fair enough.
But eventually I got to deliver the baby at home. And of course the man, I forget, he gave me something. Oh, I know what. My hallway where I am has a nice table, you know, and a lighter. He made that for me.
Did he?
As a thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. I know the thing you mean, yeah.
That was his thanks to me. Of course, they did ask me. They said I could refuse. And I said, well, I would rather not, since that's what you want.
And what sort of district did you cover? Was it round Dumfries?
Wigtownshire.
Oh, right, okay, so you went back to your roots.
Newton Stewart.
Right.
That area.
Because there's a lot of distance, so you must have travelled an awful lot.
Well, I had a car.
Yeah.
And I travelled to the people.
Yeah.
No, I have to say, I consider myself to have been very fortunate in being allowed to do what I did. I enjoyed every minute.
So what made you go from doing the midwifery and then you trained in bereavement counsel? What inspired you to do that?
I was asked to do it.
Oh, right.
I didn't... one of the seniors asked me, would I go forward and do the bereavement counselling? It was all right. It wasn't difficult.
And where did you do that bereavement?
Down where I was.
Yeah.
I did everything down where I was.
Right. So you never came up to Edinburgh to...
Oh, no. I didn't come to Edinburgh until after
And did you do the bereavement counsel in the community when you were giving the counselling to people?
Yes. Well, I had a dog. Well, I grew up and we needed a dog on the farm.
Of course.
You know. So we had dogs and cats and...
You need the cats to keep the mice down.
We did.
And did your dad live... Your mum and dad lived on a farm?
Yes.
Right.
They had a house. It was a nice little house. It wasn't a little, but it was a house.
Farmhouse.
It was a farmhouse. And because it was myself, my 3 sisters and my brother. There was the 3 girls and my brother.
Right.
So there was the 4 of us.
Right.
And then there was my mum and dad. Oh, and my grandfather, he stayed with us. He had his own room.
So you were brought up right in the countryside?
Oh, very much so. Yeah. Very much so.
So whereabouts, what was the name of the farm? Do you remember?
Yes, Broom Park.
And was it before you got... Was it down by Whithorn?
It wasn't. It was beyond Whithorn.
Right.
No, it was in the country. It's in the country. I must admit I had a lovely life. I had wonderful parents, and my sisters and brother, we all got along well.
Oh, that's good.
And we all did, professional lives.
Right. So what did your brothers and your siblings do?
My sisters, one of my sisters was a chef. They were all professional lives.
Mm-hmm. And did they stay in the area, or did
Yes.
they? Right.
They did. They just travelled to their work,
Yeah.
Sadly, no longer with us. Broom Park.
Must have been beautiful down there.
It was. And I'll tell you what we had, a very nice garden. It was one of these ones that you walk down the middle and you had the garden on either side.
Proper garden. Did you grow vegetables?
Yes, we did. We grew everything that we could. Yes, we enjoyed that. The thing was, my mother and father were very good people, and they lived good lives themselves. So they taught us to do the same and to appreciate other people and be kind to others. I always felt that my job was a privilege because most of the people that I helped needed help.
Which did you enjoy best, the district nursing or the midwifery?
I think probably, I enjoyed them all, to tell you the truth.
Oh, that's good.
I enjoyed them all because the district nursing, health visiting, bereavement counselling was a different thing. That was the last thing I did, but I loved everything that I did.
I mean, bereavement counselling can be quite intense, can't it?
The people that I was looked after in that sphere, they were referred to me, because the doctor or the nurse.
Do you miss Galloway?
I missed the job. I had a lifestyle that was very fulfilling.
All these jobs are very intense, aren't they? You've got to put a lot of effort into these jobs.
Yes. I mean, I would be out during the night. They would phone me to come.
Yeah, of course. You were always on call, presumably.
I was. And because I drove, that was the thing. I had to learn to drive so that I could do that. They asked me to do that.
Because they are quite intense jobs. Could you relax afterwards?
Well, not a lot. My sisters and I had 2 sisters, and the 3 of us were singers.
Tell us about that.
We were invited to sing. We sang at weddings and funerals. Anything that anybody knew. The people who knew us would invite us.
And this was in Wigtownshire
down in Whithorn.
And what were you called?
The Mill Sisters.
The Mill Sisters.
The Mill Sisters.
That's brilliant. Excellent.
We were. Oh, we loved it.
What sort of songs did you sing?
Oh, well, a lot of Scottish ones.
And who accompanied you then, did you?
Well, they usually provided a pianist to do that.
So did you rehearse quite a lot?
Not a lot.
So did you do that? Did you sing together when you were children as well?
At school. We loved singing. My father was a singer and my mother was a singer.
Right.
So they did singing, and then it was they who encouraged us. Oh, we did a lot of singing. Oh. A lot of Scottish stuff, Burns, a lot of Burns.
Because you would have done all Burns in school, wouldn't you?
We did. We did. Oh, I had a very interesting life.
Thank you for listening to episode 32 of the Seagrove Sessions, memories and stories from members of North Edinburgh Dementia Care's Seagrove Centre. For more episodes of our podcasts and information about our work, go to www.nedc.org.uk or follow us on Facebook, NEDC, the Seagrove Centre. Catch you in the next one.